Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream today. And we got another good one here. It is a doubleheader here on the YouTube channel. We are commentating, first off, the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. Later on today, we're commentating Golden Knights and Oilers as well. That stream will start at 9:30 Eastern Time, so stay tuned for that. Dealing with some technical difficulties currently. I can't find the game on my TV. And yes, to answer your question, I do have ESPN, but for some reason, the game is not showing up on my screen here. So I see the little promo here. I press on it, and it takes me to the NHL page, and sure enough, it says it's beginning at 7 o'clock. Well, it's 7:06. The game's supposed to start at 7:15. So what's going on here, ESPN? But anyway, we'll go with our normal game preview as I try and pull up the stuff here for this commentary. It's a matchup between the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils, the second of 3 this season. We've actually streamed all 3 of these, or we've actually streamed both of the games now that these two teams played against each other. We live streamed these two on November 24th, where it was a 4-3 win for New Jersey. And now we move on to today, and we're streaming the second of 3. Yeah, I think maybe they're dealing with some kind of error. Hopefully this gets fixed, though. I'm kind of just like refreshing my ESPN feed here, going out of it, going back in. And hopefully one of these times it'll actually show up and do the right thing, because the game is supposed to start soon, so I would like to get started here so I can commentate the game. But hope you guys are having a great day so far. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. Let's talk about that. In net for Detroit is John Gibson. 2 Watch with Nordic live commentaries. 2-0, 935 save percentage. He is very good in live commentary streams. On the other side is Jake Allen, who has a record of 0-2, a 873. Not as good in live commentary streams. That is a definite for sure. And okay, we're getting ready to get started here with the game. It's showing the 20-minute mark here on my commentary, and I still cannot find this game here on ESPN. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated here. I see it. It's up on my screen, but it's not giving me the game that I need. So hopefully they will fix this error before the puck is officially dropped. It doesn't show that it's dropped on my screen just yet, so maybe they'll fix that up. Are they live for another game before this? I don't think so, right? They're not, I don't believe. I can go take a look really quick. What's up, Bon? Yeah, you're having the same problem too. What's up, Squirrel Master? Let's go Red Wings. Love to hear that. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We'll get to the commentary as soon as I can find the game on my ESPN app. Might have to show this to you guys. This is a little ridiculous. Yeah, Justin Falk making his Red Wings debut. We'll talk about that here as well. I'm going to go back into it here, see if... No, they're not streaming anything before this. So I'm not sure why we're having problems. And the puck has dropped, and I still can't find the game. So now I'm going to be a little bit upset that we're literally starting the game, and I can't find it here on the ESPN app. All right, I think I may have gotten it. We will see if this is what I need as I refresh the feed. It looks like I do have it here. And we'll see if I load in correctly and it gives me everything that I need. We're going to miss like about 30 seconds of the game, so I apologize for that. It's taking a little bit. All right, we're in. Okay, great. So apologies for that, guys. We missed the first 30 seconds of the game. I do want to extend my apologies to that. It wasn't in my control, but obviously, you know, it is what it is. But we are here, ready to go, and start this commentary here between the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. Face-off coming up here in the Red Wings zone. And it is won back then by the Devils, battling for it on the right side. Thrown up top, shot on by Hughes, denied by Gibson as he caught that one right up there in the chest. Hi all, let's go Red Wings. Yeah, I have the game now. I would just refresh, Brian. Take a look at John Gibson. 19-6-1 since December 1st has been phenomenal. On the other side is actually Jacob Markstrom. So ESPN NHL is lying to me. It's actually Markstrom in net for the New Jersey Devils and not Jake Allen. That's two very good goaltenders that we've streamed. Here's Kovacevic, a shot. It's broken up then down low. Now Lucas Raymond will throw a pass to center as Kasper battles forward. It's grabbed then by Griciak. Fires it wide of Gibson. Right side now battling forward is Raymond with Connor Brown. Puck is cleared up top. Kovacevic will backhand this one down low. Nemec tried to feed a pass to center. It was quickly broken up. Now here's Kasper. Cross-ice pass to Edvinsson, who will backhand that one down low into the New Jersey zone. Markstrom out of zone net to play it. Will throw it ahead to center. Here's Jesper Bratt trying to chip around Johansson there. Fed up top. Nemec a shot. And that one goes wide. JBD grabs it down low then. Johansson will clear it all the way back to center. Grabbing it then for the Devils is Brendan Dillon. Picked up at the line then by JT Comfer. Dillon back to Nemec now off the board. Chip back to center. Appleton battling for that puck. Bratt, cross-ice pass. Stolen back then by Detroit to the line. They'll bank it back to center. Nemec back to Haminaho now as he breaks that one into the Detroit zone. Trying to battle forward here on the right side. Grab down low then. Paul Cotter gets it back for Detroit. Cotter feeds it up top to Nemec. Nemec a shot denied by Gibson with the pad. Chip back down low then. Here's Palat back to Haminaho now. Battling for it down low with Johansson. In the corner here now. Dominic Schein battling for that puck. Shot on there by Bjugstad. Stopped there by Gibson as well. Devils here with the early pressure. Shots are 4-0 in favor of New Jersey. A little over 2 minutes in. Puck is banked all the way back to center. Grabbed then by the Devils. It's Nemec now who holds it below the line. Simone Nemec now behind the net. Nemec will play this one through center. Pass off the boards. Redirected into the Red Wings zone for an icing with 17:22 left to go in the opening period. There's a lot of things to highlight here in regards to players who have been traded, new players going to different teams and such. And the Red Wings were one of the notable teams that made a big move at this deadline. They acquired Justin Falk from the St. Louis Blues in exchange for Justin Hull, a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and forward Dmitry Buchelnikov, who is a prospect over in the KHL. Face-off here now won by the Red Wings. Sider then will fire it on, denied there. Rebound in front, and back there for the DeBrincat, who could not get it past Markstrom. Pass over, denied as well, and cleared by the Devils. So Justin Falk coming over to the Detroit Red Wings, expected to bolster that top four some more. And again, you look at that Red Wings blue line now, it's very, very hard up front. Backhanded off the boards then now to DeBrincat will carry it into the zone. Shot on Markstrom denied. Now Kopp here on the right side. Will feed it behind the net then to Patrick Kane. Kane up top to Sider. Sider will fire it. He scores! From long range, Moritz Seider picks up a point shot goal. And the Red Wings have struck first early. It's 1-0. Great start there for Detroit. Moritz Seider, just a simple shot from up top. His 8th goal of the year. And right from the corner there at the blue line. Got it up top on Jacob Markstrom. And just like that, the Red Wings have opened up the scoring here in New Jersey. It is 1-0. Face-off here at center now is won by Detroit. Sherratt will chip this one off the boards. It was Sider who was keeping in a shot that the Devils were trying to clear. He just decided, hey, let's fire this one on. Arseny Griciak now will dump that one down low into the Red Wings zone. Icing against New Jersey. Shots now 4-3 in favor of New Jersey. And there you go. Mo Seider, draft pick back in 2019, picks up his 8th goal of the season. It kind of deflected off Markstrom and into the back of the net. So not obviously the greatest outcome there for Markstrom and the Devils, but Moritz Seider with the opening goal. Jack Hughes now will take the draw against Kasper. Face-off is won here down low then by the Devils. Holding it against the boards then, trying to get that puck free as Kovacevic off the boards then for Luke Hughes, who will play this one ahead through center. Hughes broken up, dumped back down low into the New Jersey zone. Off the boards then Hughes. Plays it back to center. Griciuk will dump it down low in on Gibson, who will make the quick pad save. Banked off the boards then now. Emmett Finney will backhand this one to center. It's grabbed to the line. Raymond back to Casper. Casper down low to Raymond. A shot. He fanned on that puck. Rebound was there and denied by Markstrom. Grabbed then by Finney. Pass up top. Seider Edvinsson. That top pairing there for Detroit. Edvinsson will fire one wide. Raymond now grabs it. Will throw it deep to Casper. Casper below the line. Up top to Seider. Seider over. Then Edvinsson a shot. And that one goes wide of Markstrom once again. Here's Marco Casper. Fed up top to Raymond. Delayed penalty here against New Jersey. Empty net for Detroit. 6-on-5. Edvinsson pass over and touched by Connor Brown. And with 15-17 to go, we will have our first power play of the game. And it is going to come to the Red Wings. Luke Hughes will head to the box for a hooking call there. So, again, sometimes NHL.com does get the projected starting goaltenders and lineups and all that wrong, and today they did get that wrong. Jacob Markstrom is in net for the Devils. He's played 7 commentaries, has a 4-1-2 record, a 2.14 and a .916 save percentage in Watch with Nordic live commentary streams. Red Wings power play coming up. Face-off won by Detroit. Patrick Kane battling forward. It's cleared then by the Devils to center. Seider will grab that one then for the Red Wings. Moritz Seider will drop it back then to DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat off the boards then for Kane. Kane the JVR. Pass in front. Broken up then by the Devils. It's Hischier now shorthanded. Try to throw a pass up to Mercer. It's broken up by Raymond, who tries to dump it down low. Stolen back to the Devils. Here's Hischier. One-on-one with Seider. Hischier drops it back. Mercer shorthanded. Shoots it. Denied by Gibson. And he'll cover up. Not exactly the start that you want there for your Detroit power play, but I guess it is what it is. Take a look at the Eastern Conference playoff race. The Red Wings currently find themselves in that first place wild card spot. They are just a point back of Montreal. Seems like Buffalo and Tampa Bay now kind of running away with that Atlantic division. As the Devils, it seems like they're pretty much falling out of the race. Sad to say, but that seems like what the expectation's looking like here. Here's DeBrincat now, dumping it down low into the New Jersey zone. Taken off the boards. Then now here's Cody Glass, a cross-ice pass to center. Grabbing it then down low is Connor Brown. Brown below the line. Battling for that puck. Seider gets it back up then to Kane. Here's Kane now through center. Battling for it with Brendan Dillon. Van Riemsdyk will backhand this one off the boards. Raymond below the line then to DeBrincat. DeBrincat up top to Seider. Seider to DeBrincat. Pass back to Kane. Kane looks below the line then. Trying to handle that puck. Pass in front. Broken up then by New Jersey. Here they come the other way. It's Connor Brown with speed. He'll drop it back to Dillon. Dillon to Brown. What a move. Shoots it. Denied by Gibson. He got around Raymond, but couldn't get enough oomph on it to get it past John Gibson. 20 seconds to go on the Red Wings power play. Moritz Seider will pick that puck up. We'll play it back down low then off the boards for Comfer. Time winding down here on the man advantage. And it's grabbed then below the line by Casper, who's trying to battle for that puck. And 2 seconds and 1, that will do it. Shots are actually 6-2 in favor of the Devils, but the Red Wings with the only shot that really matters. It's 1-0. 7 minutes gone here in this opening period so far. Chipped off the boards and back to center. Sherratt on the right side will dump it down low then into the New Jersey zone. Pick back up then below the line for Appleton. Appleton now battling for it. Grab behind the net then by Jack Hughes, who flicks it back to Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton now will regroup in his own end. Was a trade target in the offseason. Here's Hamilton now banking it off the boards to Griciuk. Griciuk up top, drop back to Hughes. Hughes in front. And a good chance there by Bratz, broken up. Now Hamilton down the line. Hughes a shot. And that went off the side of the net. Sherratt will bank it off the boards, and back into the New Jersey zone. Shot 7-2 in favor of Detroit. Yeah, Anson, I had an issue pulling up the stream. I missed the first 30 seconds of the game, but thankfully it pulled up. I think it's just errors that the networks are dealing with, I guess, right now, or whatever. It's what they love to do. Screw us over even though we pay so much for their apps. Here's Andrew Kopp now below the line. Feed to pass up top then to Johansson. Albert Johansson, pass over, blocked by Gritziuk as he could not get it there in time. Below the line then, Kopp battling for it. Poke checked. Kane. Stolen back then by Brendan Dillon below the line then. Jack Hughes trying to fight for that puck as well. Hughes up to Nemec. Simone Nemec now will carry this one ahead through center. Nemec down the right side will pass it over then, and Cotter can't get to it in time. Here's JBD now. Battling forward in the corner. Not a lot of whistles here these last couple minutes. Up top, Kovacevic fires it on. And that one is blocked. Thank you, Anson. I appreciate it. Oilers money line, we'll see. Shot from up top, denied by Gibson. And we will move along. 11:15 left to go in period number 1. Moritz Seider with a point shot there, deflects off Gibson and in. And he gives the Red Wings a 1-0 lead here in this Sunday night ESPN matchup. Assist on that Seider goal, by the way, they updated the assist. It is Patrick Kane and Andrew Kopp who get the A's there on that goal. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Let's take a look at the status report here for these two teams. So neither team held a morning skate. Larkin will not play as he was injured during the loss to Ottawa on Friday. He is currently day-to-day. So there you go. That's what's revolving with Larkin. Actually, they played Florida. This is wrong. Falk is expected to make his Red Wings debut. He is, after being acquired by St. Louis. Brantig Nygaard and Leonard were acquired by the Grand Rapids under emergency conditions. It looks like... Oh, my thing just crashed. Let me load back into here real quick. It looks like Brantig Nygaard is in the lineup. I don't see Leonard in here, so Leonard might be one of the scratches. But Nygaard is in the lineup tonight. Allen is expected to start. That was wrong. So Markstrom actually making back-to-back starts here tonight after he played last night against the Rangers. Markstrom's back in again. Guess they're giving him a second opportunity here. And that's your status report from the NHL. But thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. A nice start to this commentary stream. We streamed these two teams earlier in the season. It was a 4-3 win for the New Jersey Devils. Jacob Markstrom shined in that game and held on to get the Devils the win. And we'll see if this same game here, this is the second of 3 matchups. The third matchup will be in Detroit on April 11th. Face-off coming up here now in the Red Wings zone. It'll be Emmett Finney taking the draw then against Cody Glass. Face-off now is won by the Red Wings. Here is Moritz Seider behind the net then off the boards. Playing it through center is Raymond. Cross-ice pass to Finney. Emmett Finney banks it off the boards then for Hughes. About 9 minutes gone here in this first period. A 1-0 lead for Detroit. Here's Brad deking the center. Backhand on is blocked. Picked up then at the line and cleared all the way back into the New Jersey zone. That will be an icing with 10:50 to go. All right, just pulled this up. Raymond goal, Van Riemsdyk goal. Okay. Looks like there were some fights in Buffalo earlier today. So 10:50 left to go. Seider and Kopp, Kane and Kopp on the Seider goal. Face-off one here by Detroit. Seider will bank this one off the boards back to center. Kasper battling for it then with Kovacevic on the right side. Now Raymond will regroup with it down low. Chipped off the boards to center. Luke Hughes will now regroup here in his own end. Back up to his brother Jack. Jack to Hischier. Hischier kind of loses it in his skates there. Played back down low then. And up top, Hamilton. Back over to Hughes. Puck is directed up in the air, then ahead for Rasmussen, who will backhand that one down low into the Devils zone. Markstrom now out of his own net to play it. It's grabbed then by the Devils. Here's Hughes. Back to Meyer. Meyer to Hamilton. Hamilton to Meyer. Can't get the backhand on there. Good defensive play by the new acquisition, Justin Falk. Here's Ben Sherratt. Chipping this one off the boards then to center. Nico Hischier now will grab this one here down low and regroup with it for New Jersey. Hischier back over then to Hamilton. Hamilton over to Siegenthaler. Feeds a cross-ice pass up then. Mercer up top to Hischier. Fires it on. That one's blocked. Jabbing at that puck. And chipped all the way back out to center. Siegenthaler will now grab it here for the Devils. Off the boards for Meyer. Trying to backhand that one down low. It's picked up quickly then by Rasmussen. Rasmussen feeds it around then behind the net. Up top. Shot! Denied there by Markstrom. Grabbing it then below the line is Timo Meier. Back over then to Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler feeds a pass all the way back down low to the Red Wings zone. Picked back up then by Detroit once again. Here's Kopp. Dumps that one down low into the Devils zone. Off the boards then below the line. Kopp battling forward. It's grabbed quickly by Simon Nemec, who will fight for it then below the line. DeBrincat feeds a pass up top. Sider waits. Fires it. Denied in front by Markstrom. That even got on. A lot of traffic. Here's Kane, Red Wings cycling. Kane moves to center, waits, fires it again, and denied by Markstrom with 8:45 to go. Big glove save there by Jake Markstrom. Shots 9-4 in favor of New Jersey. The Devils were kind of the team that was coming out hot here right away. And we will head to commercial break once again. It is Red Wings and Devils. And we have a 1-0 lead for Detroit. 1 year ago today in Watch with Nordic history, you may have seen these shorts on the YouTube channel. If not, I encourage you to go check those out. We live streamed 2 commentaries, the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, and the Colorado Avalanche and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in those games a year ago today, Nathan MacKinnon scored his 99th and 100th point of the season last year. And a thriller against the Maple Leafs. 7-4 was the final score. And then later on in the night, Connor McDavid, highlight reel against Ilya Lyubushkin. Mikko Rantanen, Dallas Stars debut, scored a goal and an assist. The Oilers held on to win the game 5-4. And those were the 2 games that happened a year ago today in Watch with Nordic history. And then you take a look at, again, the last time we streamed these 2 teams, it was back earlier in the season, November 24th, 2025, and it was a 4-3 win for the New Jersey Devils, which got the series started. Currently loading up the game stats here. I should probably load it up before I started talking about it, but it was a heavily lopsided game. The Red Wings outshot the Devils 35-20, but the Devils with 4 goals on 20 shots on Cam Talbot got New Jersey the 4-3 win, most notably Nico Hischier with 2 points in that game, as well as Timo Meier and Connor Brown. And Markstrom and Talbot were the 2 goaltenders that played in that game earlier in the year. And we commentated that game. It was a good game there for New Jersey. Part of what bolstered Jacob Markstrom's stats in live commentaries, he's had very good commentary stats. 9-7, 9-16 save percentage in 8 live streams. That's pretty darn good. If only I could stream the Devils all the time. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. It'll be Kopp versus Hischier on the draw. Patrick Kane out there on the ice, leading U.S. points player. Kopp battling for it then with Hischier. Now Patrick Kane trying to take that one below the line, and a whistle blown here. Down low. Are we getting a penalty coming up? And we do. And Andrew Kopp is getting a penalty here. He does not like the call. He was yelling at the ref as he was trying to make his speech or whatever. And Andrew Kopp with a penalty off the faceoff circle. New Jersey will head to the power play here with 8:40 to go in the opening period. What's up, Lila? Lila. Face off here in the Detroit zone. It's one back then by the Red Wings. Edvidson battling for it below the line then with Jack Hughes. Sider will bank it off the boards. Then up top, Hamilton keeps it in. Brown up top to Bratt. Jesper Bratt. He'll look for options. Cross-ice pass. Hamilton through his legs to Hughes. Hughes to Brown. Back to Hughes. Jack Hughes with a hat trick yesterday. Fires it on save. Rebounds in front. And Finney trying to clear that one away from the crease. Hughes a backhand there, and that one goes wide. And Sider will backhand that one all the way back to center. Devils' power play was 3 for 3 yesterday against the Rangers. Here's Hamilton now dropping it back to Bratt. Jesper Bratt will take this one through center back over to Connor Brown. Brown, below the line, feeds it up top to Hughes. Jack Hughes now looks for options. Hughes on the right side, pass over and deflected in front for Brown, but could not convert. Now Bratt, up top, down low to Hughes. Hughes, pass over, broken up by the Red Wings yet again, and cleared back into the Devils zone. Here's Jack Hughes now, who will carry this one through center. Hughes drops it back up top to his brother Luke. Hischier to Griciuk. Denied by Gibson as well. And the Red Wings clear it once again. 40 seconds to go on the power play already. And a whistle blown dead here. We have 7:21 to go and another penalty coming up. And it is a too many men call against the Devils. So that power play did not last very long. Griciuk to the box. He will serve the too many men call for New Jersey. And we'll get 42 seconds of 4-on-4 time, followed by a Red Wings power play for I think a minute 20, if my math is mathing. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We're live for 2 commentaries tonight. Devils and Golden Knights. Oilers and Golden Knights is the later matchup here on the YouTube channel. Cody Glass now taking the draw against Michael Rasmussen as we start the 4-on-4. Face-off is won quickly then by the Devils. Luke Hughes will circle it back around. Off the boards then now below the line, taking it with speed as Glass. Cody Glass will break this one through center, comes into the zone. Fires it on. That one's tipped away there by Justin Falk, who will play it down low now below the line. Falk carries it here now through center. Justin Falk coming in with speed. Pass up top. Rasmussen, a shot denied by Markstrom. With 6:50 exactly on the clock. So 4-on-4 here for 10 more seconds. And then followed up by a Red Wings power play for a brief moment. Face-off coming up here now again in the Devils zone. It's Kane versus Hischier. Face-off is won by the Devils. Griciuk will come out to center. Mercer will flick it down low then into the Red Wings zone. Now Raymond battling for with Hischier. Below the line, it's grabbed then quickly by DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat, cross-ice pass. He tried to beat Andrew Kopp, who came out of the box, but he couldn't get that puck fully in time. Cleared off the boards then back into the Detroit zone. It's Sider. Moritz Sider dropping it back then to DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat. Pass back to Kane. Patrick Kane drops it up top. Sider fires it into the chest of Markstrom. And Red Wings starting to pile up some more of the shots on New Jersey as it was a lot of Devils to start this game off, even with the Sider goal. And now the Red Wings starting to mount a further attack. 6:12 left in period number 1. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. It'll be Kane versus Glass. Face-off won then by the Red Wings. Sider. Pass back to Raymond. Raymond to Sider. A shot. And that one's wide. Puck's in the crease. And cleared back up top. Sider. Down low then for Raymond. Raymond on the right side to DeBrincat up top. Sider shoots it. Save there by Markstrom. Now Patrick Kane. Van Riemsdyk pass over. Broken up at the line. Raymond battling for it. Grabbed by DeBrincat. DeBrincat to Seider. Seider to Kane. Kane looks and waits for options here as the Devils are coming up on to pressure him. Pass back to Raymond up top. Raymond to Seider. Seider shoots it. Save there by Markstrom once again. Whoever picked Seider to get a lot of shots, you're certainly getting plenty of those chances now. Seider already with 4 shots on the night. Power play comes to a close. Puck is dumped down low then into the New Jersey zone. Below the line then Jack Hughes will backhand this one to center. To his brother Luke. Now Meyer comes into the zone trying to play it up top. Johansson banked off the boards then down low for Simone Edvinsson. Below the line then Johansson. Jack Hughes slow to get up. Shot by Appleton goes wide. Below the line then grabbing it is Comfer. Picking it up then Brandseg Nygaard, the rookie for Detroit. It's been in Grand Rapids most of the year. Here's Edvinsson up top. Down low now below the line. Edvinsson battling for it. Trying to kick that puck away then Comfer. Below the line. Fighting for it with Luke Hughes. Grabbed then by Meyer. Timo Meyer behind the net then the Kovacevic. Jack Hughes is hurting on the bench. Olympic hero there. No problem, Bond. Bukestad dumps it down low then into the Detroit zone. Falk back over then on the right side. Puck is banked up in the air and kept in the Detroit zone. Here's Van Riemsdyk. Banks it around then behind the net. Sherratt clears it off the boards to center. Down low then, New Jersey trying to get it back. It's Brendan Dillon now below the line. Dillon battling for it with Shine. Shine trying to throw a pass in front. Broken up, then up top. Sherratt looks, waits, fires it wide of Markstrom. Down low here now in the corner. Shine battling for that puck. It's grabbed yet again then by New Jersey. 3:30 left to go in this opening period. Shots are 12-9 in favor of the Devils. It's a fast-paced period at that. Not a lot of whistles. Off the boards now, Cotter. Battling forward with Edvinsson. Pass up then to Raymond. Raymond dekes around up top. Lucas Raymond comes in, shoots it. Fans on that puck. Now Seider gets it back. Moritz Seider will backhand that one down low. Finney here below the line. Emmett Finney trying to play that puck then back for Raymond. Down low now Casper. Fighting with Hamilton. Casper pass in front. Shot it wide. I thought for a second. Here's Edvinsson. Up top then, down low to Finney. Tipped. Now Raymond gets it back in front. Casper fans on the shot. Here's Edvinsson. Down low then for Raymond. Raymond off the boards to Casper. Casper fighting here with Nemec. Trying to get this one free off the boards then for Edvinsson, who plays it back to Seider. 2.5 minutes to go in period number 1. And a whistle blown here for offsides against the Red Wings. 2:31 left to go in period number 1. Jack Hughes takes a shot to the hand. And that is not good for somebody who's had wrist surgery before. 1-0 Detroit. I'll be right back. I gotta go get some waters. I forgot to do that again. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that. Thank you all for tuning in. We got a great crowd here. 100 people in this stream already. That is awesome. I really appreciate that, guys. Ugh. Delicious. Delicious water. All right, so we'll be live tonight for Red Wings, Devils, and Golden Knights, Oilers. I forgot to post the commentary schedule. I apologize for that, but tomorrow we will be live for Blackhawks and Mammoth. Yes, my mom knows that I'm doing this out of my bedroom. She knows. No, I'm secretly hiding it from her. It's a secret. 2:31 left to go in this opening period. Larkin was injured against the Panthers. I think it's a lower body, if I read correctly. Doesn't tell me. Yeah, lower body injury for Larkin. No problem, rocking Ronaldo. It's all good. I know you're messing around. Man, they're talking McCann on the ESPN broadcast. You can barely hear him. Face-off here now is won by the Red Wings. Sherratt on the right side, holding that puck for Detroit. Here's DeBrincat. Carrying it now through center. DeBrincat to Kane. Kane flicks it down low. DeBrincat now battling forward on the right side. Bank back down low in the corner. In front, Koppa shot. Jabbing at that puck. Devils trying to break it free. It's chipped off the boards. Kane now down low to DeBrincat. DeBrincat below the line then for Kopp. Kopp up top. Falk dumps it around then behind the net. Kovacevic battling forward with Kopp. Played off the boards then and back to center. Griciuk chips it off the boards to Jack Hughes, who will dump it down low. Now Sherratt back to Connor Brown here on the right side. Bank bend below the line. Sherratt to Falk. Falk ahead then for Kane. Patrick Kane through center back to Kopp. Kopp battling for it down low with Mercer. Approaching the final minute of play here in regulation. Or in the, not regulation, the first period. Here's Nemec. Back down low then for Dillon. Brendan Dillon now holds it below the line. Cross ice pass ahead then for Bratt. It does. I don't see Jack Hughes. I think he may be on the bench. Up top, Edvinsson. Edvinsson throws it down low then behind the net to Compher. JT Compher. Here on the right side, cross ice pass. Edvinsson will fire that one up in the air and wide. Last minute of play here in the opening period. Nemec to the right side. Down low then Haminaho battling for it. Checked off the boards then to Dillon. Dillon up top. Edvinsson backhands it down low. Stolen back then and cleared to center. And Detroit will regroup. 35 seconds left. Edvinsson holds it back behind the net then for the Red Wings. Time winding down. Simone Edvinsson will chip this one off the boards and back into the New Jersey zone. Siegenthaler now will try and play it ahead. 3-on-2 now developing. Heischer to Hamilton. Back down low. Broken up by Detroit. 15 seconds left now on the clock. Here's Van Riemsdyk now breaking this one through center. He'll gain the zone. Tried to fire it down low. He gets knocked down. 5 seconds left. Devils get it back. Mercer will play it over to Meyer, who fires it into the Red Wings zone as the period concludes. End of 20. Here in this opening period, Moritz Seider with the only goal there for Detroit. Assisted by Patrick Kane and Andrew Kopp. And he makes it a 1-0 lead for the Detroit Red Wings here after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 2 momentarily. Here is the countdown to period number 2. Jacob Markstrom is in net for New Jersey. John Gibson is in net for Detroit. Let's go Red Wings. Love to hear that. Got Devils fans, Red Wings fans in the chat. Got a good crowd of people here tonight. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. It's a good schedule of commentaries tonight. Red Wings, Devils, followed by Golden Knights and Oilers later on tonight. That should be a good game as well. Crossed over the 1,000 view mark on this commentary stream as well. Thank you all so much for that. Nose is so itchy. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about, any questions, anything like that, comment them down below. We're going to wait till the countdown to the start of the second period in just a moment. Gibson has been really good after a slow start. Definitely. They showed his numbers. He has like a 924 since the 1st of December. His numbers are way better than, or he's playing way better than what his stats perceive. He's actually improved his stats dramatically, though. All right. Watching Buffalo, pretty good team. They weren't in the worst. Yeah, Buffalo's been a lot better this year. Yeah, definitely. Buffalo's been a way better team. Has Falk been on the ice? Yes. Falk has been on the ice. He's played a lot. He's actually been pretty solid. He made a good defensive play in that opening period as well. Let's see a Dom Shine goal. I love that. I love Dominic Shine. Has he scored in the NHL yet? I don't know if he has. Here on the right side.
Stop acting rich. You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I'll look real quick. Hang on. Just kind of trying to multitask here. Dominic Shine. Brandsteg Nygaard, I know, only has an assist. He has not scored yet in the NHL. As it loads here for me. Shine, looking at his NHL numbers. Dominic Shine, as it loads here. He does not have a goal yet. This is his 14th career NHL game, undrafted. He's 32 years old. Be nice to see him score tonight. You guys know I always love seeing first NHL goals in commentaries. That would be awesome. We've had 12 of them all time. Most recent one was Angus Booth back on Monday, a week ago tomorrow. Had one assist on February 1st. Yeah, he has one assist. That was his first NHL point. Since then, nothing. So he needs a goal. That'd be cool to see, though. I'm always rooting for that. We commentated Arseny Gritsyak's first NHL goal earlier on in the season, along with 10 other rookies this year. Most notable one we've probably had looking at this entire list. It's probably Gritziak. All right, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Made it to the games. Resume. Who scored for Detroit? What's up? I want to know. It was Sider. Sider with a point shot goal there from up top. Needed a 1-0 lead for Detroit after 20 minutes of play, and now we just await for the start of period number 2 in just a moment. That is Moritz Sider's first goal in a commentary. There you go. Sider with 7 points all time. All right. Casper needs a goal. Yeah, Casper's had a bad year. He's struggled. Not a great year for Marco Casper. He definitely needs to improve. I agree with that. I think you're looking. Yeah, you just really want him to play better. He has not contributed very well offensively this year. But maybe they'll be able to bounce him back. Is Justin Falk playing? Yes, he is. He's looked good. He hasn't looked too bad. Made a nice defensive play. Yeah, disappointing season for Casper. I'm just going to try and chalk it up to be a sophomore slump. Yup, Falk is playing tonight, Matthew. Chalk it up as a sophomore slump. Try and bounce back. Casper's still a rat and draws penalties. Production will come. Yep. Just the on-paper numbers don't really speak for themselves. But I think that you have to watch the games to know that he's still an effective player. That's why he's still playing middle 6 minutes. Just the offense has not been there. And again, I always say, like, I can't watch all 32 teams. I try to watch as much as I can, but I think Casper's still, like, he wasn't a one-and-done player. Definitely not. He was relatively high draft pick, so he's not a one-and-done player. It's just a little bit of a slump. And I think his production will come. Hope so. There's no reason why it shouldn't be a... I think you mean 40 to 50, not 4,050. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's kind of his ceiling. Is a 40 to 50 point guy. Maybe more. You never know. Sometimes you see guys have rough sophomore slumps and then they bounce back and play very, very well. Maybe that's what we'll see with Casper. Watch all the Red Wings games. This is one of the 8 that I don't get. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I guess the ESPN's not cooperating with you. It's also, got to buy a subscription and all that. Not really worth it for 8 games a year. Unless you watch all of them. Or you do what I do and stream them all on YouTube. I guess that works. I guess that works. All right, 7 minutes to puck drop. I'm a little bit behind. I'm a little bit ahead by a minute, but by the time we get there and all resumed, it'll be all caught up. So it's all good. Last time I saw, Sabres were 3-1 up on the Bolts. Happy to see Buffalo doing well, even if it makes it harder for Detroit. Yeah, it's good to see. For the Sabres, who went through so many years of pain and suffering, it's good to see their fans are getting a taste of winning after many years of not. Hopefully, they can make the playoffs. We'll have to see what happens there with that, of course. But there's a lot of optimism for sure regarding the Sabres. Tigers leaving Red Wings after. Yeah, because FanDuel, I think, is going under. They're going to lose their rights or whatever soon. I think that's what's happening at least. So, I think that's what's going on, if I remember correctly. Detroit versus Sabres first round will be awesome for sure. All right, second period coming up. Am I new? No, I've been doing this for about 2 years. I don't do just Red Wings games. I do all 32 teams. But we've been doing this all season. For every team in the National Hockey League. And then some. Of course. All right. About 3.5 minutes, 3.5, 4 minutes till the start of period number 2. Sounds like a seasoned veteran, if you ask me. Huh. Definitely sounds like you should be older than 22. No, I'm 19, man. Don't disrespect my age. I'm 19. But yeah, I get that a lot, actually. People tell me all the time I sound or look older than what I am. And all I say to that is I'm just like, okay. No problem, Rory. No, I've been doing YouTube for a while. I haven't been doing these commentary streams for that long specifically, but I I have been doing YouTube for a long time. But the commentary stream started about 2 years ago. I don't think you're ignorant at all, Rory. You're all good. All right. Second period getting ready to get started here in just a moment. Waiting to come back from commercial break. And here we go. Let's get ready for the start of period number 2. Here live from Prudential Center between the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. First period recap, goals were scored by Moritz Seider and only Moritz Seider in that opening period, giving the Red Wings a 1-0 lead through 20. What's up, Goku? Let's take a look at the stats through 20. Shots were 12-9 in favor of New Jersey. Face-off percentage was 56% in favor of Detroit. Power plays, Detroit 0 for 2. New Jersey 0 for 1. Hits were 7-7, and block shots were 5-4. Happy birthday to your son, Slayer. Happy birthday to your son. I think they'll make it to the second round when they'll go in the wild card. We'll have to see, man. Already, period number 2, getting ready to get started here between these two teams. 2 points on the line here, and very important for the Red Wings. Maybe not so important for the Devils. I'm not sure. He started last night. I'm a little confused about that as well, Jay Snow. But anywho, period number 2 between the New Jersey Devils and the Detroit Red Wings is underway. Face-off is a tie-up at center ice, trying to get that puck free. And Devils eventually win that draw. Siegenthaler trying to chip that one off the boards. Now Timo Meier grabs it here below the line. Meier, cross-ice pass, then ahead for Hamilton. Hamilton banks it off the boards. Now Detroit takes it back. Patrick Kane on the right side will chip it down low then for Kopp. Kopp centering pass to break it, a shot denied there by Mercer. Huge hit by Kopp and a whistle blown. That's a penalty. And as Mercer was nailed into the boards, Andrew Kopp takes his second penalty of the game. He doesn't seem to agree with it. And we're going to get a New Jersey power play coming up, I believe, here. For those who are curious, after the Jack Hughes injury in the opening period, he is back out there on the ice. Again, he did have a wrist surgery, so taking a puck to the hand definitely had to hurt, but it looks like he was checked out. He's cleared to play. And here we are. Power play coming up now for New Jersey. A chance to potentially tie the game. Heischer now taking the draw against JT Compher. Face-off now is won by the Devils. Hughes up top to Hamilton. Hamilton looks for options. At the point now, cross-ice pass to Hughes. Hughes to Brad. Back to Hughes. A shot. And blocked by Edvinsson. Hamilton now below line to Brad. Brad down low for Brown. Here's Jack Hughes. To the right side to Brad. Brad up top to Hamilton. Pass down low then to Hughes. Hughes to Heischer. Heischer to Hughes. Below the line then back to Heischer up top. Heischer to Hamilton. Hamilton to Brad. Brad to Hamilton. A shot. That one goes wide of Gibson and out of play. Thank you, LR. I appreciate it. I get that a lot, reminding you of radio broadcast. Yeah. But I appreciate that. Shots are 12-2 in favor of New Jersey. Devils power play with 1 goal in 22 games heading into yesterday. They were 3 for 3 yesterday on the power play. Today, 0 for 1. Here's Jack Hughes now up top. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton to Hughes. Jack Hughes now at the line. Regrouping with it. Tried to throw a pass to center. Broken up then by Detroit. And cleared all the way back down low. Markstrom now gives it back to Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton will drop it back to Bratt. Bratt to Hughes. Jack Hughes now comes into the zone. Will look around here for options. Up to the point, Hamilton. Back to Bratt. Bratt below line to Hughes. Pass in front is blocked by Johansson. Battling for it down low in the corner. Brown feeds it up top to Bratt. Jesper Bratt now on the right side to Hamilton. Down low then to Hughes. Hughes to Hamilton. Back to Hughes. Jack Hughes stick handling that puck to Hamilton. A shot! Blocked there by Johansson. Hamilton to Brown. Brown to Hughes. Back to Brett. Devils cycling here on the power play. Jack Hughes gets it back in front. He's sure a shot. Could not get it on clearly enough. Here's Dougie Hamilton now up top. Shoots it again. And that one is chipped back to the right side. Connor Brown to Bratt. Cross ice pass to Hamilton. Hamilton down low to Heischer. Heischer to Hughes. Jack Hughes now looks for options. Hughes up top. Shot on is blocked. And now cop over then for Finney. And cleared to center as the power play comes to a close. Another unsuccessful power play there for the Devils. Meyer banked off the boards then to Heischer. Below the line now, Cody Glass battling for it. Patrick Kane now on the right side, back up to DeBrincat. DeBrincat fighting with Haminaho and taken back then by Kane. Kane comes into the zone, dumps it down low. Below the line then, Luke Hughes. Up top to Haminaho, cross ice pass off the boards, racing forward with speed as Meyer can't get to it in time. Icing. Am I doing Olympics for the Paralympics? Sorry, sadly not. I don't have the games. I don't have access to the games to stream them. But I have seen some of the clips and the highlights. It's pretty sick. Finney having a hell of a season. Yup. Pistons choked the lead last night. Boston lost to the Pens in OT. Yeah, they're without Crosby and Malkin. Malkin suspended, I believe. I never made a video on that. Face off here now in the New Jersey zone. Detroit battling forward. It's Comfort and Glass. Appleton clears it off the boards. Now Sherratt dumping it down low then behind the net. Kovacevic feeds it up top then to Haminaho. 3-on-2 now through center. Haminaho will dump this one into the Red Wings zone. Shot on by Meyer. Denied by Gibson. And John Gibson playing an awesome game tonight. Has had to make plenty of saves for Detroit and has stopped all of them that have come his way. 16:26 left to go in the second period. There's Sheldon Keefe, New Jersey head coach. Yup, Red Wings in the playoffs now. Face off here in the New Jersey zone. One by the Devils. Nemec a shot deflected in the air. And now Sider battling for it down low. Off the boards to Connor. Stolen back then by Raymond. Raymond one-on-one then getting around Kovacevic. Brendan Dillon now battling for it here on the right side. Puck is chipped back down low to the corner. Mason Appleton below the line. Grabbed again then off the boards. And regrouping behind the net then. Thrown to center. Moritz Sider will take it back then for Detroit. He'll dump it down low. Shot on Markstrom. Goes wide. Now Sider. Cleared down low. Rasmussen up top to Edmondson. Back to Sider. Sider down low to Edmondson. Pass in front. Deflects off of a New Jersey skate. And all the way back into the Detroit zone. Puck slides in on Gibson. He'll make the save. Now off the boards. Here's Shine. Dominic Shine off the boards to Hamilton, who fires it into the Detroit zone. Grabbing it then down low is Sider. Plays it back to Justin Falk. And why is my KPS so low? What is happening right now? That was weird. Keep an eye on that. On the right side, Mercer played back to Heischer. Heischer to Meyer. Dekes in. Trying to get a backhand on there. And that one is broken up quickly. Shot from up top is blocked. Now Siegenthaler battling forward here again. Here's Timo Meyer. Right side. Shot on there into the chest of Gibson, who makes the save. Sorry about that, guys. My KPS kind of dropped there a little bit. Looks like it's back. Stream was lagging a little bit. Looks like it's okay now. Shot 16-9 in favor of New Jersey. 17-9 actually in favor of the Devils. John Gibson has had to have played phenomenal. What do you mean? What do you mean by like random event? There's been plenty of things that have happened midstream. I don't know what you mean by random event though. Face off here in the Red Wings zone is won by the Red Wings. Sherratt to Raymond on the right side. Devils trying to keep this one in. Hughes Playing it down low then, racing forward with speed is Comfer. Loops around then in the New Jersey zone. Pass back to Appleton. A backhand on is denied by Markstrom. Here fighting for it now on the right side. Cleared all the way back to center. Luke Hughes breaking it now through center. Puck is dropped back then. Brown to center, a shot. And he fires it wide there on Gibson. He had plenty of room, but could not get it on. And a penalty being taken here by the Devils. Red Wings will go to the power play. Luke Hughes is not happy about that one. It was Andrew Kopp who took 2 penalties earlier in the game. Now he draws a penalty. And it's Kovacevic for interference. And the Red Wings will get the power play here once again. Plenty of power plays here tonight. Like power outages. Oh, yeah, that's happened. I think this happened like twice? 3 times? It's happened a couple of times. It's happened a handful of times. I think 3 times it's happened. It's happened a lot this year. Face off in the New Jersey zone, won by the Devils. Mercer will clear it off the boards all the way back into the Detroit zone to start things off. We have crossed over the 2,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe down below if you enjoy the commentaries and like the stream as well. Here's Raymond. Battling for it now on the right side. Off the boards then. Here's Mercer taking it back through center. He'll clear that one down low to the Red Wing zone. Van Riemsdyk will drop it back to Seider. Moritz Seider now coming into the zone with speed. Back up then to Patrick Kane. Kane through center. Pass up top to Raymond. Raymond backhands it down low to Kane below the line. Kane fighting for it now with Dillon. Brendan Dillon battling for it then with Patrick Kane trying to feed this one up top. Seider a shot. He scores! I think it was tipped in front, but James Van Riemsdyk will get credited with the goal. And another point shot from Seider finds itself in the back of the net. It's 2-0 Detroit. What part of the country am I in? I am in the East Coast. I live in Pennsylvania. James Van Riemsdyk, a tip shot from up top. Just the 11th shot of the game for Detroit. Makes it a 2-0 lead for the Red Wings here on the power play. And JVR with his 15th goal of the year. I believe it'll be Seider and Patrick Kane with assists on this goal. It is a multi-point night for Kane. Off the boards now, Emmett Finney takes it into the zone. Finney, a shot denied by Markstrom. Not a lot of shots here for the Red Wings. They have been kind of outplayed here a little bit by New Jersey in terms of the shooting department. Here's Haminaho now looping it around back up top. Haminaho below the line, then to Bratt. Bratt at the point. Looks, waits, dekes around the right side. Shoots it, denied. Now Dillon up top, a shot. And that one goes wide as well. Haminaho to Bratt. Bratt to Nemec. Denied again. Here's up top. Nemec gets it back. Bratt, another chance, goes wide. Who do I think will win? Detroit. I think Detroit's going to win. Just with the way they're playing. Here's Haminaho now below the line, then back to Hughes. Hughes over then to Bratt. Bratt up top to Jack Hughes. Now Jesper Bratt feeding it up here up top. Back to Jack Hughes who comes into the zone. Jack Hughes, a backhand denied in front. Jabbing at that puck and taken back then by Falk, who will bank it off the boards and back to center. Grabbing it then on the right side is Nemec. Up ahead then for Brown. Connor Brown, cross-ice pass. Nemec comes into the zone. Below the line then for New Jersey. Off the boards, Jack Hughes keeps it in just slightly. Pass over. Deflected down low to the corner. Up top, Luke Hughes a shot. And that one's deflected by an own Devil. And down low to the corner, Red Wings will clear it. And an icing against Detroit. And they deny it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Lot of boos. I thought that was an icing for sure. Here's Connor Brown into the zone now. Takes it around behind the net. Brown below the line. Pass in front. Broken up then by Detroit. Here's Mason Appleton. Back up then for Brantzig Nygaard, who's knocked off the puck. Kovacevic below the line to Nygaard. Tried firing it on. Broken up then by Hughes. Up top, Johansson. Taken back then by Griciak. 2-1 developing. Griciak with Hughes. Griciak pass over. Broken up at the line. Here's Comfort now with speed. JT Comfort 3-on-3. Comfort into the zone. Pass up top. Bernard Docker fires it. Saved by Markstrom as he gets it there with the chest. Thank you, Rory. I appreciate it. Moritz Seider with a shot from up top. This time it's tipped in front by James Van Riemsdyk. 2-0 Detroit. Here with 10:56 to go in period number 2. Don't forget Oilers and Golden Knights later on tonight. Justin Falks looked good. I've liked the way Falks played. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. We are on the road to 5,300. And nearly halfway through the game and the period. Multi-point games from Patrick Kane and Moritz Seider. And it is a 2-0 lead for Detroit. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He made a good defensive play. He hasn't been, like, very noticeable, but sometimes that's a good thing. I think you would rather that than him, like, you know, allow a bunch of goals and stuff. Or, like, you know, make a bunch of bad defensive plays. So I guess you'll take what you can get. Shots are 17-13. Hopefully we can get Perron out there soon. I think Perron, he may be visa issues. That might be why he's not playing tonight. He's actually injured. Never mind. Perron is injured. So there you go. All right, back out. Back out here in Prudential Center. What's the word on Larkin? All I know is that he's day-to-day. So he could be back for the Red Wings next game. He could be back for the game after that. I don't know a ton about the injury or anything. I just know that it's day-to-day. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. Won by the Devils. Siegenthaler will bank this one to center. Dawson Mercer down low then for Meyer. Meyer pass over. Broken up by Seider as he blocked that one in front. Seider off the boards then for Kopp. Try to play a pass to center. Siegenthaler off the boards to Meyer. Meyer pass up top to Hischier. Bank back down low into the corner. Here come the Red Wings the other way. It's the Brinket through center. The Brinket with goals in 3 straight. Taken back then by Detroit. Siegenthaler will dump it down low then into the Detroit zone. Mercer below the line. Pass in front. Broken up. Up top then. Keeping it in to Siegenthaler. Dumps it around then behind the net to Mercer. Mercer off the boards to Hughes. Jack Hughes loops it around then at the point. Fires it on. Denied. Rebounds in front. And cleared away. Here comes Patrick Kane. Through center now over the halfway mark of the game and the period. Grabbing it down low then is Dillon. Dillon back for Nemec. Simone Nemec now carrying it through center. Jack Hughes fighting for it here on the right side. Down low now. Here's Griciak. Poke checked away then by Detroit. Thrown back to center now. Dillon. Off the boards, Hughes. Broken up then quickly by Raymond. Lucas Raymond carrying it into the zone. Will try and drop it back. Jack Hughes intercepts. Here he comes the other way. Hughes breaks the line. Waits for options. On the right side, battling for it in the corner with Connor Brown. It's grabbed then by Casper. Here's Raymond. Flicking it down low then into the New Jersey zone. Nemec off the boards to Dillon on the right side. A net front battle for that puck. Moritz Seider will dump that one behind the net. Back over then for Brandstad Nygaard. Over then for Comfort. Brandstad Nygaard gets it back. Up top, Comfort. And a turnover there by the Devils. Griciak will clear it to center. Edvinsson gets it back. Banked off the boards and all the way back down low then into the New Jersey zone. Appleton drops it back. Nygaard, a shot denied there by Markstrom. Below the line then Comfer. Comfer to Nygaard. Feeds it up top to Sider. Sider waits, fires it. That one's blocked in front. Devils trying to keep it in. Collision there at center as Comfer runs into Nygaard. And off the boards, here come the Devils the other way. Bukestad up into the zone, comes in all alone. Pass over! And could not convert in time. Here's a 3-on-2 now the other way as Comfer gains the line. We'll dump that one down low into the New Jersey zone. Behind the net then with that puck is Kovacevic. Shots are 17-13 in favor of the Devils. Regrouping with that puck then on the right side is Kovacevic. Kovacevic drops it back to Hughes. Luke Hughes regrouping with that puck, played to center. Banked off the boards then by Justin Falk. Grabbed then by Luke Hughes. Right side thrown to center. Here's Bratt. Pass back over then Meyer to Bratt. Up top shot! Off the post! Haminaho with an off-post shot. Oh my lord, are you serious? Chipped off the board then Falk. Back over then for Rasmussen. Dumping it down low then into the New Jersey zone. Siegenthaler back for DeBrincat. DeBrincat in the corner. Dominic Shine to Jacob Bernard Docker. Taken back then by the Devils, who will get it to center. It's Cody Glass who will dump that one down low. Grabbed quickly then by Albert Johansson as we approach the 7-minute mark of the second. Puck goes into the glove of Jacob Markstrom, who will make the save with 6:56 to go in period number 2. Post hit there for Lenny Haminaho and a couple breakaways for the Devils, but it's Detroit who still has the 2-0 lead here in period number 2. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are at 46 likes on this commentary. That is awesome. Thank you all so much for your ever-continuing support. It's greatly appreciated. As I'm choking over myself here. Yeah. Thank you, Rory. Yeah, I'm trying to. I work for a pro hockey team in the ECHL. I've done some work with a couple AHL teams too. I'm currently a freshman in college, so kind of trying to process it here. I mainly do this just so it's for practice, but to also, kind of get my name out there a little bit. And that we've been doing pretty well this year. Take a look at Sabres and Lightning, one of the other games that is on tonight here. It is a 4-4 hockey game. That is basically the battle for the Atlantic Division between those two teams. That's a great hockey game going on over there. Take a look at Detroit. Both the Sabres and the Red Wings in terms of playoff droughts, first and second respectively. Looking to break those streaks tonight. Face-off coming up here now in the Devils zone. Heischer taking the draw then. And face-off won by the Red Wings. Patrick Kane on the right side. Shoots it into the chest of Markstrom. Shots 18-15 in favor of the Devils. Face-off coming up here now again in the Detroit zone. It's Cobb versus Heischer. Face-off now is won by the Devils. Brendan Dillon will chip this one off the boards to Meyer. Kept in the zone then by the Red Wings and dumped back down low into the New Jersey zone. Here's Nemec. Below the line. Back over then to Dillon. Dillon over then for Hischier. Banked off the boards to center. DeBrincat fighting with Kopp. Huge hit at the line there by Brendan Dillon. And a whistle blown immediately. And the Red Wings did not like that. A massive hit by Brendan Dillon on Andrew Kopp. And things are getting physical here now in New Jersey. Oh my Lord, what a hit. Andrew Kopp got right up, but I think we're going to get a penalty here for sure. Dillon's going to go to the box. Kopp is okay, so I imagine it's a 2-minute penalty. So, funny thing enough, Andrew Kopp takes 2 penalties in the first and second period. Then he draws 2 penalties here in the second as well. Yeah, Red Wings need these points. Boston's coming right up on them, and then so is Columbus too. Columbus is not that far behind. I'm a little bit behind. 6:25 left to go in the second period. Power play for the Red Wings after Andrew Kopp was leveled in the New Jersey zone, and he will take the opening faceoff for this power play unit. Kopp versus Glass. Faceoff now is won by the Devils. Hamilton will dump it all the way back into the Detroit zone. It's grabbed back then by Seider. Seider will drop it back to DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat now through center. DeBrincat drops it back for Kane. Patrick Kane to Raymond. Raymond dumps it around behind the net then. DeBrincat back to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk up top to Seider. Seider over then. Banked off the boards. Mo Seider trying to keep that one in. DeBrincat battling for it now. Cleared by the Devils as they get that one down the other way. Gibson out of his own net to play that puck. It's picked back up then by Seider. Seider will drop it back then to Raymond. Detroit trying to move it through center. Raymond into the zone. Kind of gets broken up there a little bit. Will get a pass back to DeBrincat. Cross ice then. Seider racing forward with Bukestad. It's kept in the zone by JVR. Off the boards to Raymond. Raymond keeps it in. Looks for options now. Battling for it in the corner. Clears it up top to Seider. Seider back to Kane. Kane to JVR. Up top then to Brad, who steals it back for New Jersey. Shorthanded. Now Bukestad will gain the line and fire it on Gibson, who makes the save. Here's Kane now through center. Gives it back then for Kopp as the second unit gets out there. 35 seconds to go on the power play. JT Compher moves it through center. Will dump that one down low to the Devils' end. Played back up top to Falk. Devils pick it up here on the right side. They will clear it all the way back into the Detroit zone. JT Compher grabs it then below the line for Falk. Justin Falk now regrouping with it. Try to throw a pass over then. Mercer intercepts it at the line. 5 seconds to go. Here's Falk on a breakaway. Comes in. Denied by Markstrom. Any update on Jack's hand? I haven't seen anything. I think he's still playing. I haven't seen him though in a hot minute. So I'm looking at my Twitter here, seeing if I see anything. Yeah, he should be fine. He's back in. I thought I saw him on the ice. Hope we get to see Kosa for a game or two if they clinch the playoffs. They should call him up. They should certainly call up Kosa. At least for a game. I think that's fair. Give him a game. See how he does. If you want this guy to develop and play better, you have to play him. And if you want him to be the backup next year, you should play him in a game at least once this year. Pistons lost their 4th game in a row. Damn. That sucks. Not a huge basketball guy, though. Am I going to do the Oilers? Yes, I am. We will end this stream and then start that one. I like to do that to keep the feeds fresh. So once this stream ends, keep an eye out on the channel for the next one. I'm not saying they should call Kosa up now, but the expectation is that he would be the backup next year and at least play more than what he's playing now. I think it's fair to call him up for maybe 1 or 2 games and see how he does when you clinch the playoffs. I'm not saying you should call him up to just sit on the bench. Give him a game. Give him a game or 2. Puck backhanded down low then into the New Jersey zone. Meyer battling for it on the right side. Up top then is Rasmussen. Sherratt banked off the boards then to Raymond. Puck slides in on Markstrom. He'll make the save. You should give him a look at the very least. I'm not saying put him on the bench. Give him a look. See how he plays. So, I'm saying when they make the playoffs, not now. Do I do TikTok live? Nah. Hamilton will bank it off the boards then. Now Falk down low into the New Jersey zone, battling forward with Glass. Below the line then, Mason Appleton will bank it off the boards to center. Siegenthaler back to Bratt. Jesper Bratt now regrouping with it. Back over then for Haminaho. Haminaho a shot. Fans on that puck. Back in off the boards. Hamilton a shot. And that one goes wide of Gibson. Siegenthaler below the line then now. Jesper Bratt will clear it off the boards. Up top to Hamilton. Hamilton to Bratt. Sherratt below the line. It's grabbed then by Justin Falk, who will play this one through center. Falk off the boards to Branson Nygaard. Down low now, Luke Hughes will carry this one through center. Hughes to Kasper. Kasper back down low then for Siegenthaler. Final 3 minutes to play here in period number 2. Gritsuk. Cross ice pass then to Hughes. Luke Hughes breaks it through center up top to Jack. Jack to the point then for Kovacevic. Broken up then. He can't get the pass in time. Racing for his Finney. He plays it away. Good defensive move there by Kovacevic. Down low now, Jack Hughes. To Jonathan Kovacevic. Kovacevic to Hughes. Back to his brother Luke. Luke Hughes will bank this one off the boards. Trying to grab that one is Brown. Here's Edvinsson battling for it down low with Jack. Jack Hughes feeds it up top to Luke. Luke Hughes played back to center. Kovacevic at the line will clear it down low into the Red Wings zone. Simone Edvinsson now behind the net then for Detroit. 2 minutes to play in period number 2. Moritz Seider gets it down low then. Cross ice pass. 3-on-2 for the Red Wings. DeBrincat pass to Kane. Kane up top. Will battle for it then with Dillon. Banked off the boards then now. Here's Dadonov. Will come into the zone. Haven't seen his name that much. Pass in front. And Cotter can't convert. Dillon a shot. And he breaks up there. Now racing forward the other way is Kopp. Stolen back then by Nemec in the New Jersey zone. Brendan Dillon will bank it through center. Here's Cotter on the right side. Cotter down low then below the line. Cotter to Dadonov. Dadonov here in the corner. Trying to get that puck free. Paul Cotter is there as well. Up top, Siegenthaler. Banks it down low. Battling for it on the right side is Cotter with Falk. Bernard Docker will get it to center. Stolen back then by Dadonov. Dadonov cleared down low to Nemec, approaching the final minute of play here in period number 2. Nemec up top, shoots it up high of Gibson. And out of play with 57 seconds to go exactly. Put 58 on the clock. It's 57.8. Well, you look at other goaltenders who have played. You look at other young goaltenders like Jesper Wallstedt. He got a couple games up over the last few years with Minnesota. So, face-off here in the Detroit zone is won back then by the Devils. Below the line now is Hischier. Pass in front. Mercer broken up then down low. Dawson Mercer will try and bank this one up top. Here's Appleton. Off the boards to Raymond. Raymond will dump it down low then into the New Jersey zone. Markstrom back to the right side and trying to clear this one to center. Down low, Markstrom battling forward with Hamilton. 30 seconds to go in the game. Luke Hughes playing it to center. It's grabbed then by Hamilton. Hamilton comes in, pass down low. A shot by Griciuk. Denied as Gibson was ran into the net there by an own Red Wing, I think. 15 seconds to go now as Comfort battles forward in the corner. Things getting physical here as time winds down. They don't even know where the puck is, and now the whistle is blown. And some fisticuffs being thrown back and forth with 5 seconds to go in this second period. Cross over the 3,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much. Like and subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 5,300 subscribers. Meyer kind of ran Raymond into Gibson. Gibson appeared to be okay, but things got physical after Gibson was ran into. Johansson did not like that. And tough spot there as a goaltender. Now some pushing and shoving down low in the corner. We'll see what penalties come of this. It is 5 seconds to go in the second. So John Gibson is still in the net. We're going to get 4-on-4 is what it says on my screen. 4.5 seconds to go in the second. Just some physicality there down low in the corner. Timo Meier will go to the locker room. And it's Sherratt and I believe Meier who take the 2 penalties. So 4-on-4. Face-off here now in the Red Wings zone. It'll be Hischier taking the draw against Comfer. 5 seconds to go anyway. Face-off is won by Detroit. Sider will clear it to center. That'll do it. End of period number 2. 40 minutes gone. Another goal from the Red Wings. James Van Riemsdyk from Sider and Kane makes it 2-0 Detroit after 40 minutes of play here from Prudential Center. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. This is the countdown to the third. So I'll go further into the COSA call-up assessment, and I'll give my thoughts on it because I know you guys are talking about it in the chat. Shots are 20-18. Goaltender stats here. We'll start off with, obviously, John Gibson has made 20 saves on 20 shots. He's played very well tonight. So he has been perfect. Jacob Markstrom, 16 saves on 18 shots, 889 save percentage with the Devils tonight. So there you go. So here's the thing with Sebastian Cossa, and I see a lot of you guys are discussing it in the chat. I agree. It would be pointless to call Cossa up to sit him on the bench. Yes, I agree. Unless if it is an emergency call-up like what we saw earlier this week against the Golden Knights, that is understandable. All right, yeah, you got to call him up for an emergency. If he's on the bench, he's on the bench. Then all right. But in terms of, you look at other goaltenders around the NHL. Who are some of the top young players in the league? Jesper Wallsted's one of them. He's played very well this year. He's one of the top rookies in the league this year, one of the top rookie goaltenders. The Wild, before Jesper Wallsted was their guy, the last 2 seasons he played a handful of games with the team. Did he do well? No. But it's experience. It's learning experience. I mean, you really can't expect Cossa or Augustine or any other goaltending prospect to come right into the NHL and play phenomenal. Especially not right after they're drafted, of course. And I know Cossa was drafted about 5 years ago at this point. But you got to give him a look. You can't roll into next year with a game plan of Cossa and Gibson. I think that's the expectation. I don't think Talbot comes back next year. If they want to develop these guys properly, Talbot should not come back next year. That's my opinion on that. You look at other goaltenders, they get looks. I'm not saying Cossa should just be put on the bench, but give him a look. I'm not saying give him a look now, but if the Red Wings, let's say they make the playoffs and they find themselves in a playoff spot with like 5 games to go, call him up, give him a look. And as well as that too, when you do that, you're not only giving Cossa a chance to see what he does, because technically he's never started a game. I think the game that he played last year was a relieving of Talbot or whatever. But like, I don't think he's ever started a game technically. So there's that as well when you factor that in. But not only are you giving Cossa a chance, you're also giving you're also giving Gibson and Talbot a chance to rest. And when you're when you're coming up on the playoffs, you want your guys to play, but you also want them to be as rested as possible. And I think for goalies, you want them to be rested. There is a risk of, if you play Gibson or Talbot the last game or so of the year, that they could get injured. And you could suddenly find yourself without your starting goaltender in the playoffs. You never know. But it's all the more reason to give Cossa a look, at the very least. Give him a game. See how he does. And then the expectation, at least for me, looking at the Red Wings in their pipeline and their system, is that he'll be the backup next year. That's what I see with it. What's stopping Augustine from signing? He's in the NCAA. I think they want to just let him finish it out. What I imagine is that he's going to be pro next year. He will play pro next season. And it'll be most likely Cossa and Gibson, the tandem next season in 26-27. And then Augustine is in the AHL. I think that's what next year will look like. That's the expectation for Augustine to go pro. He may be down there at the end of the season. The Griffins are in the playoffs. It could be Augustine and Cossa. That'd be one hell of a tandem, by the way, for the AHL. Oh, brother. Even if Augustine's never played in the NHL or the AHL, sorry. My point is that even if he's bad, give him a look. See how he does. And I'd be saying the same thing if the Red Wings were out of the playoffs too. Because you look at other examples, Dustin Wolf had those opportunities. Jesper Wallstedt had those chances. Devin Levi had chances like that. Not a great example because he's not that great, but even some of the other top goaltenders, they play a handful of games here and there. I mean, yeah, every point counts. But, like, at the same time, once you're in, you're in. And for Detroit, there's really no expectation of them going very far in the playoffs if they make it. Not saying that the Red Wings are a bad team or that this is a fluke, but they're a young team and they've really never been in this position before, even with all the veterans they have. Askarov, too. Askarov got plenty of games with Nashville. He played a bunch last year with San Jose. He was mostly in the AHL last year with the Sharks. But, again, his numbers aren't that great this year in terms of his overall on-paper stats, but you get those starts, you get that experience, and then when you're given a full opportunity, I think you're more prepared than just being thrown into a backup role next year. That's the way I see it. You might disagree. That's fine. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. We got about 11 and a half minutes to go to the third. I'll be right back in just a moment, guys. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'm not saying you call up Kosa tomorrow, but at the end of the year, let's say final game of the season, and Detroit's already in a playoff spot or not, give him a look. See how he does. I'll leave it at that. All right. Nice second period there. The only goal that was scored came from James Van Riemsdyk. Tip in front there from Mo Sider to make it a 2-0 lead. Got every jersey but Detroit. I have a Detroit jersey. It's just not out currently. I have a jersey for all 32 teams. So, yeah. But I'm a Flyers fan primarily. But I try and be level-headed and not be biased. They had a nice win yesterday. They did. Alex Bump, first NHL goal. I didn't watch it, though. I was at work. But, yeah, I'm happy that they won. We'll see if they make the playoffs or they just stay in that mushy middle for the next 10 years like they have been for forever. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch or even talk about them sometimes. They're just they can be so difficult. But I guess that's how all 32 teams are. Never forget watching Ron Hextall as a kid. What, that Panther logo? Yeah. Sabres are on crack or something. Filio's a Red Wings fan. Yep. Yeah, Sabres have been playing well. Let's take a look around the other games in the NHL tonight. Not a ton of games. A few of them have concluded. But let's take a look at the scores around the NHL on Sunday, March 8th. Dallas and Chicago, 4-3 win in overtime for the Stars. Miro Heiskanen, overtime winner. Bruins and Penguins, Tommy Novak, overtime winner for the Pens. Avalanche and Wild, 3-2 win for Colorado in the shootout. Games that are currently going on. Tampa Bay is up on Buffalo 7-6 in the third period. And it is 6.5 minutes to go. Bolts are up on the Sabres 7-6. I wish I could be commentating that game right now. 98 penalty minutes in that matchup. The other games going on, there's Red Wings and Devils, obviously 2-0 lead for Detroit. At 9 o'clock, so starting up here pretty soon, Blues and Ducks. And then later on tonight, we're obviously commentating this one, Oilers and Golden Knights here on the YouTube channel as well. Shots 21-18. Just updating that really quick. Yeah, now it's 7-6. Tampa Bay in the third. Absolutely insane one. Maple Leafs have lost. I think it's Maple Leafs have lost 7 games in a row. If I remember correctly, I think they've lost all of them but one in regulation too. It's been a rough go of things for the Maple Leafs. All right, third period, just 5 minutes away. Here for Prudential Center. Hey, good morning, JJ. How is it over there on Monday? How is Monday, JJ? I'm stuck on Sunday still. Just wake up looking at the scores. Yeah, I know that game is nuts. 7-7. Oh my God, Zucker tied it. Oh, that's crazy. Early Monday. Ah, okay. Got your son a badass Larkin jersey. Nice. For $40, that's cheap. Another Manic Monday. Yup. We'll be live tomorrow. Mammoth and Blackhawks is the stream we're doing tomorrow. And then we'll be live till Wednesday. Senators, Canadians. Thursday. I don't even remember. I don't even know what streams I'm doing Thursday. Red Wings Lightning on Thursday. Predators and Canucks. So we're doing the Red Wings again on Thursday. I might change that, though. Let me look at the schedule. Because we've done the Red Wings a lot recently. Not that I'm upset about that, but got to balance it out. All right, 2.5 minutes till the third. We're getting ready. Goaltending's been a problem for the Leafs. Yeah, and defense. Their defense has been horrendous this year. Especially just like watching as much games as I have, they've been just terrible on the back end. Both gold medals from Team USA, yes sir. Very happy about that for sure. Feels like it's playoffs because of daylight savings. Oh yeah. Annoyed him. I'm losing an hour of sleep. Urgh. All right, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 here between the New Jersey Devils and the Detroit Red Wings. Second period recap. Goals were scored by just James Van Riemsdyk, who made it a 2-0 lead for Detroit at the end of 40 minutes of play. You take a look at your stats through 40. Shots 21-18 in favor of New Jersey. Faceoffs were 59% in favor of the Devils. Power plays, Red Wings 1 for 4, Devils 0 for 2. Hits were 14-11 in favor of Detroit through 40 minutes of play, and block shots are 12-2 in favor of Detroit through 40 minutes of play as well. And it looks like John Gibson is coming out of the game. Gibson, after being ran into at the end of that second period, John Gibson is out. And Cam Talbot is coming in relief. That is not good news there for the Red Wings and Gibson as Cam Talbot comes into relief. And we may get what we asked for. Costa may be called up after this week. Yeah, Augustine signs his ELC probably at the end of this year. Well, that's not a great sign there for Detroit. John Gibson is out. Cam Talbot is in. For the Red Wings, they're getting his pad fixed up here. Getting his skates repaired. So Cam Talbot, after John Gibson stopped all the shots that he faced, that'll amp up his save percentage there a little bit. And Talbot just getting his skates fixed up here quickly, and he'll come into the game for Gibson in relief. So Gibson, 21 saves on 21 shots. If he does finish the game, it will count as a shutout. A team shutout, that is. In terms of Watch of Nordic numbers, it will be a shutout. But Talbot has to get the shutout here as well. Alrighty, period number 3 coming up here from Detroit between the Devils and the Red Wings. 2 big points on the line. Red Wings can pursue the Montreal Canadiens once again for that third place spot. Here we go. Third period is underway. Faceoff is won back then by the Red Wings. Simone Edvinsson will grab that one down low then below the line. Edvinsson here in the corner. Cross ice pass then. DeBrincat to Edvinsson. Edvinsson off the boards. DeBrincat comes in. Cross ice pass. The Kappa shot. Backhand rebounds in the crease. Cleared away by Hughes through his legs. What a play by Luke Hughes. Here's Edvinsson a shot. And that one is blocked back down low. Now Dawson Mercer. Below the line then for Luke Hughes. Hughes fighting then with DeBrincat. Luke Hughes will take that puck ahead, then looping it around then is Hischier. Nico Hischier now will break this one through center. Drops it back for Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes will come into the zone. Hughes back to Bratt. Bratt on the right side up top. Luke Hughes below the line. As New Jersey circles the net. Luke Hughes trying to keep that one in. It slides back out to center. Now Jack Hughes will clear this one back down low then. Johansson off the boards for Raymond. Lucas Raymond now through center with speed. Raymond comes into the zone. Takes it now behind the net. Raymond to Johansson. Johansson up top. Shot from Falk into the chest of Markstrom. Now 20 shots on the game for Detroit. Yeah, owner's right, still 2027, yes. $18:40 left to go in the third. Shots 21-20. Face-off won then by New Jersey. Simone Nemec now below the line. Back over then for Cotter off the boards. Rasmussen will play it back for Falk. Falk off the boards then, breaking this one into the zone quickly as Appleton drop back. DeBrincat deking in. Can't get the shot on. Comfer thrown up top. Here comes Hughes now with speed. Jack Hughes tried to break that one in. Broken up then to the line and cleared back to center. Brendan Dillon gets it back. Red Wings go off sides with 18:09 left to go. Josh Doan makes it 8-7 in the final minute of play, and the Sabres lead the Lightning 8-7. That's an absolutely insane game going on over there. Wish I streamed that one. Here's Glass now versus Kopp. Face-off is won then by New Jersey. Heminaho back to the right side to Glass. Cody Glass now below the line. We are back to 5-on-5. Here come the Red Wings now with speed. Simone Edvinsson carries it into the zone. Now Kopp battling forward in the corner with Siegenthaler. Below the line then Hamilton. Up top to Glass. Glass cross-ice pass to Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler through the zone. Comes in. Loops it back around then. Behind the net then for Sider. Sider, right side to Hughes. Broken up into the line. Hamino will drop it back to Hamilton. Shots 21-20. Here's Connor Brown. Off the boards to Hughes. Hughes will chip that one into the Red Wing zone. Johansson to the right side now. Hamilton battling for it. Down low with that puck. Up top, Kovacevic, a shot into the glove of Talbot, who makes his first save of the game. Looking on any updates for Gibson, haven't seen anything that tells me what his status is. I'm sure we probably will not know, sadly. He's likely done for the game, which is unfortunate. Down low now below the line, Raymond battling for it. Lucas Raymond fighting now. He'll kick this one off the boards. Jesper Bratt now on the right side up top. Hughes, a shot. Denied there by Talbot. He got it with the glove, but it went back out in front. Here's JBD for Raymond. Kept in the zone then by New Jersey. Down low to Bratt. Cleared back up top. Red Wings get it back. Here's Raymond. Back to Finney. Finney carries it in then down low. Battling for it then with Kovacevic down low in the corner. Raymond takes a hit there by Hughes. Jack Hughes here down low for New Jersey will carry this one through center. 3-on-3. Here's Brown with some room. Takes it behind the net. Getting tied up there by newly acquired defenseman Justin Falk. It's grabbed then by Luke Hughes. Hughes off the boards. Try to get it back to Heminaho, who gets knocked off that puck. Dadonov battling forward as well. Detroit will backhand it into the New Jersey end. Markstrom to Dillon. Off the boards then for Nemec. Broken up then to center. Here's Dadonov coming into the zone. Loops it around. He gets cross-checked down low. Devils fans want a penalty on that. They will not get one. Detroit gets it back. JVR back to Sider. Sider then for Falk. Justin Falk will dump that one into the New Jersey zone. Markstrom to Dillon. Off the boards to Cotter. 3-on-3. Cotter broken up then. Now Raymond carrying it through center. Brandsteg Nygaard is there as well. Below the line then. Nygaard gets that puck. He's in the slot. Up top, Johansson. Down low. Comfer in front. And he tried to get it to Nygaard for his first NHL goal, but it was blocked. And the puck goes up and out of play with 15:20 remaining in the third period. We'll be live tomorrow for Mammoth and Blackhawks. And later on tonight as well, Oilers and Golden Knights will be the 9:30 p.m. matchup. Keep an eye out for that stream. As soon as this one ends, we will start that one up. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. Heischer versus Kopp. Face-off is won by Detroit. DeBrincat, a shot into the glove of Markstrom, who makes an easy save. And you talk about Justin Falk. Obviously, again, we have the trade up here. He was acquired from the Red Wings in exchange for Justin Hall, a first, a third, and Dmitry Buchelnikov. And he's been very effective tonight. Good defensive plays. Hasn't provided a ton of offense. He had a nice breakaway opportunity, but he's had a couple of good chances here for the Detroit Red Wings, and he's already fit in pretty well. 3 shots on goal, 3 hits, 3 blocks, 15 minutes of ice time. Is Bedard skating? I think he's playing, right? I haven't heard anything saying he's not. Face-off here now in the New Jersey zone. Kopp taking the draw now. Face-off is won by the Red Wings. Patrick Kane keeps it in down low. Now Siegenthaler battling for it with Kopp in the corner. Comfer gets it back then for Detroit. Up top, JBD to Johansson. Shoots it. Blocked off of Mercer. Below the line now, Casper. Feeds it up top. Bernard Docker back to Kane. Kane on the right side here for Detroit. JBD is shot into the glove of Markstrom. .44 left to go in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We are at 75 likes on this commentary stream. That's awesome. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. It's won by the Devils. Markstrom plays it off the boards then. It's Griciuk trying to battle for it then. Luke Hughes will bank it off the boards then down low. Kovacevic to center. Grabbing it then quickly below the line then. Detroit will bank it in front. Now Haminaho battling forward with Sherratt. Down low to the corner. Detroit getting it back. Falk off the boards. Griciuk tried to keep that one in. Falk gets it right back. Justin Falk to Sherratt. Sherratt to Appleton. Stolen back then by New Jersey. Puck goes into the Red Wings bench. And we see a stoppage of play with 14:12 to go. Not on my best game with the clock. Clock's been a little bit behind here and there. I apologize. Face-off coming up here now outside of the Red Wing zone. It's won back then by the Devils. Here's Brown coming into the zone. Backhand on goes wide of Talbot. Up top, Luke Hughes moves into the zone. Shoots it again. That one's denied. Now Jack Hughes to the right side to Nemec. Nemec back below the line then. Brown. Pass is blocked off. Red Wings will get it to center. Good defensive play there. Here's Jack Hughes. Comes into the zone. Pass back to Bratt. Broken up then by Detroit. Here's Casper now with Finney. Casper to Finney. Finney up top. Raymond looks. He fanned on the shot. Now Jack Hughes poke checks it ahead. Here he comes into the zone. Loses it a little bit. Fires it on. Denied by Talbot. He makes the save and covers up. 2-0 Detroit here in the third period. Stay tuned for later on. We are live streaming Golden Knights and Oilers at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Probably a little bit later. That stream will start as soon as this one ends. And what a commentary we have here. 170 people in the stream. That is awesome. My computer is about to die. Let's plug that in. So John Gibson out of the game. Cam Talbot will come in relief. Talbot making his 7th Watch with Nordic start or 7 watch to ignore the game. And first relief, Talbot and live commentaries 1, 2, and 2. A 2.8 and a .899. His numbers are okay, but nothing crazy. All right, just looking at my stats here really quick, trying to pull everything up. Goaltending stats, Jacob Markstrom, 22 saves on 24 shots, .917 save percentage. Both Gibson and Talbot, perfect. Talbot 2 saves, Gibson 21. We'd love to hear your opinion on Yzerman's rebuild if you feel like sharing. I think it's been good. I think if they make the playoffs, it's a success. There's been criticism of how long it's taken, but it doesn't happen overnight. I think there's been some poor mismanagement of some players, but a lot of the draft picks he's done have looked good. Some trades have been meh, some signings have been meh, but in terms of drafting and getting guys on the team, he's done a good job. But if they make the playoffs, I think the haters will be quiet for at least a little bit. But making a play there in Justin Falk, I love it. It's a risk. You got to take risks. Down low now with that puck is Nemec. And when those risks work out, you are commended for them heavily. But when they don't work out, be prepared for the backlash. Luke Hughes' shot is blocked then. Nemec up top. Shot on is blocked. Here's Bratt. Right side. Drop back then for Luke Hughes, who comes into the zone. A shot denied by Talbot once again. Devils are beginning their big push to try and get on the board and potentially tie this game up. Wow, that's awesome, Slayer. That's sick. What will happen to Kosa? In light of this, he probably gets called up at this point. How is MBN? He's been good. He's had some good looks. Face off here now in the Red Wing zone. It's cleared off the boards then by Detroit. Kept in the zone then. Now it's Comfer. Off the boards to Appleton. JT Comfer now battling for it on the right side. Down low in the corner. Appleton battling for it. Nygaard trying to get there as well. Jonas Siegenthaler takes it now through center. Siegenthaler drops it back for Hamilton, who will dump it down low then into the Detroit zone. JT Comfort now battling for it. Hamilton down low for Bukestad. Trying to get that one there. Dadonov cross ice pass. Siegenthaler clears it down low into the corner. Shots are dead even. 24 apiece here in this third period. Edvinsson backhands it off the boards and back into the New Jersey zone. Icing with 11:59 to go in the third. Face off here now in the Red Wings zone. It's won by the Devils. Luke Hughes up top now with the line. Will look for options now. Carries it behind the net. Pass in front. Nobody's there. Red Wings will clear all the way back in then on Markstrom. Puck slides back to center. Heischer back then to Appleton. Appleton down low for Johansson. Albert Johansson now below the line. Johansson will bank this one off the boards and all the way back down into the New Jersey zone for another icing against Detroit. Devils on a back-to-back. Certainly seem a little bit out of the rhythm here tonight. Face off here now in the Red Wings zone. And it's won by the Red Wings. Dumped into the New Jersey zone. Another icing with 11:22 to go. Why is Talbot in? Gibson's injured. Falk looks like a big upgrade on the D. Yup, he looks like he's already fitting in pretty well. That's a great ad there for Stevie Y. You may have, Slayer. Face off in the Detroit zone. Won by the Red Wings. Johansson. Banked off the boards to center. Raymond 2-on-2 with Casper. Raymond to center. Fires it down low. Now Casper gets it back. Battling for it now with Bratt down low. Nemec trying to get that one off the boards and cleared back down low. Another icing. This time against the Devils. Detroit should be very happy with the way they played tonight. They've had a great job. They've had plenty of very good offensive chances. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. It's one back then by Detroit. Falk, the Sherrata shot. Saved by Markstrom. He got it. He wasn't sure if he did, but he got that one there in his pads. Another good save by Jacob Markstrom. Ooh. Can Devils win? Yes. Yeah, Gibson got ran into. It didn't look very intentional, but obviously no matter whether it's intentional or not, they're not particularly happy about that. Face off here now. It's one back by the Devils. Banked off the boards. Gritsuk to Cody Glass. Glass comes in now at the line. Pass up top to Hamilton. Hamilton, a shot deflected into the corner. Chipped off the boards then by Justin Falk to center. Dougie Hamilton on the right side, then played down low. Hamina, a backhand in front. Glass had the backdoor pass, but it was blocked off. Another chance denied by Talbot. Here's Patrick Kane now getting that puck. Pass up to Kopp. It's deflected up in the air now, and the Devils get it back. Off the boards, Brendan Dillon clears it into the Detroit zone. Edvinsson to Sider, then down low. Sider will bank this one off the boards and to center. Rasmussen will bank it down low here into the zone. Grabbed then by Sider, a shot into the glove of Markstrom, who plays it away. Kovacevic banked off the boards and all the way back into the New Jersey zone. Dadonov, kick back to center. Kovacevic then will play it down low into the New Jersey zone. Off the boards on the right side, Van Riemsdyk. Dump back up top. Moritz Sider played below the line then. And backhanded in front, they score! Dominic Shine, his first NHL goal. I couldn't tell who it was at first, but it's a first NHL goal for the Red Wings. And Dominic Shine picks it up. 32-year-old undrafted player. It is 3-0 Detroit. Dominic Shine becomes the 13th player in Watch with Nordic history to score his first NHL goal. Assisted by James Van Riemsdyk and Moritz Sider. Multi-point game now for Sider. And Dominic Shine with his first NHL goal. Off the boards now, Simone Nemec trying to play this one back to center. Brandsteg Nygaard back down low then for Albert Johansson. Johansson behind the net then for Detroit. Cleared off all the way back into the New Jersey zone. Another icing coming up. That's pretty cool. Brandsteg Nygaard, 32 years old, Grand Rapid Griffin for many, many years. He's gotten the call up a handful of times. He's been up with the team for a handful of games this season. Face-off now in the Detroit zone. One by the Devils. Shot on goes wide of Talbot. Brantsteg Nygaard now below the line. Down low here now behind the net. Puck is cleared all the way back into the New Jersey zone. No icing with 8:50 to go in the third. Here comes Luke Hughes. Chips it off the boards. A shot on by Meyer, denied there by Talbot. New Jersey trying to make a final push here in this third period. Kasper clears it all the way back down low then into the New Jersey zone. Hischier will drop it back then for Nemec. Simone Nemec now off the boards for Connor Brown. Now Finney fighting for it on the right side. Picked back up then quickly by New Jersey. Bratt trying to move to center. Broken up then by Detroit. Raymond to center. 2-on-1 the other way. It's Finney with Kasper. Finney comes in. Save there by Markstrom. That even got on. Here's Lucas Raymond. Back here on the right side. Now Brown. Back up to Jack Hughes. Hughes off the boards and cleared back into the Detroit zone once again. Less than 8 minutes to go in the third period. It was Dominic Shine with his first NHL goal, making it a 3-0 lead for the Red Wings. Sider backs it off the boards, then into the New Jersey zone. Markstrom back then for Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton through center. Cody Glass to Dougie Hamilton, then back over to Nemec. Nemec off the boards and into the Detroit zone. Now Johansson battling forward with Gritsuk. Hamino trying to throw a centering pass. It's grabbed down low then by DeBrincat. Cleared back up top. New Jersey with it. Nemec comes in, looks, waits, shoots it. And that one deflects wide. Down low then behind the net. DeBrincat will clear it around then behind the net. Chipped all the way back into the New Jersey zone. Icing against the Red Wings. Oilers and Golden Knights coming up next on the commentary schedule. So subscribe down below if you're new. Turn on the notification bell. We will end this stream and start that one right up here afterwards, so you guys won't miss it. And we have crossed over the 5,000 view mark for this commentary stream. That is unbelievable. Thank you all so much for your continued support here tonight. Face off here in the Red Wing zone. It's one back then by Detroit and cleared all the way back into the New Jersey zone. Not enough for an icing this time. Nemec off the boards then for Hughes. Hughes to his brother Luke. I wonder if we see New Jersey potentially try and pull their goaltender and maybe attempt to make this a winnable game. 6.5 minutes to go. It's not the first time that's happened. Here's Nemec dumping it down low then. Chipped off the boards. Brantsteg Nygaard below the line. Back over then for Bratt. Jesper Bratt down low in the corner battling for it. Bratt to the right side up top. Shot denied as almost ran into Talbot. There was Nemec. And that would have been bad. Having him go out of the game as well. Then we could get an E-bug in here. Down low now, Brendan Dillon battling forward with Hamilton, who's in the corner as well. Approaching the final 5 minutes of play in the third period. Detroit with a 3-0 lead. Raymond trying to chip that one down low. Devils get it back. Connor Brown now below the line. Brown off the boards then for Justin Falk, who will play it ahead then for Raymond. Kasper dumps it down low then into the Detroit zone. Kovacevic fighting now with Finney. Played back then off the boards, Hischier to Connor Brown, who will backhand it off the boards to center, or at least he tried to. Now Luke Hughes gets it back. Chip back into the Red Wing zone. Whistle is not blown. I thought it was blown for a second. Here's Timo Meier. Meier into the zone. Puck slides in on Talbot, who makes the save. 3-0 Detroit with 5:07 to go in the third. Dominic Shine his first NHL goal, and the Red Wings lead 3-0. All right, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick, folks, but I might not have time between this game and Golden Knights Oilers, so I will be right back.
Anybody over the age of 45 should be screened for colon cancer. There are patients I've diagnosed with 0 symptoms, but don't ignore your symptoms. We're detecting in younger patients. I've been cancer-free for 5 years now. Early detection is your absolute best chance. A colonoscopy is the...
Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe Talbot will join an exclusive goalie club by getting an empty net goal. Maybe. Talbot in line, held the door for Holder last year, yep. All right, back here from Prudential Center in this third period. Red Wings with a 3-0 lead on the New Jersey Devils. With this live commentary, we have passed Capitals and Oilers back in January for the most viewed NHL-related commentary in Watch with Nordic history. Thank you all so much for that. That's awesome. There's going to be Fire Fitzgerald chants soon. There should be. Face-off here now is won by the Devils. Shot on Talbot goes up in the air. And back to the right side. DeBrincat down low then for Seider. Moritz Seider now below the line. Mercer battling for it then in the corner. Mercer and DeBrincat trying to get that one free. Shot up top then. Simone Edvinsson, cross-ice pass to DeBrincat. 2-on-2. Edvinsson carries it into the zone. Down low then, behind the net then. Haminaho battling for it on the right side with Kopp. Grabbed then by Brendan Dillon and banked all the way back to center. Below the line, Simone Edvinsson. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Shots 28-27. A phenomenal game here from both Gibson and Talbot. Brandsteg Nygaard now off the boards to Comfort, broken up then by Nemec. Whistle blown dead here. And a penalty is coming up against New Jersey. I think it's going to be on Nemec. And we will get a Detroit power play here with 4:15 to go in the third period. And yeah, Nemec trips Brandsteg Nygaard. That is kind of not arguable. And for the second time tonight, the Red Wings will head to the power play. Or for, I think, like the fourth time tonight, actually. No, the fifth time. Oh, my Lord. Devils fans leaving the arena early. JVR has been the father figure they needed. Damn right. Face-off coming up here now in the New Jersey zone. It's down low in the corner. Off the boards, Brendan Dillon. Battling for it then down low with Kane. Andrew Kopp now below the line. New Jersey gets it back. Connor Brown will shoot that one into the Red Wings bench. As he tried to do a short-handed break the other way, it did not go well for him, and he ends up shooting the puck into Todd McClellan's bench. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We're at 84 likes on the commentary. That'd be sick if we could get to 100. Face-off coming up now at center. It's Kopp taking the draw against Glass. Face-off here now is won by New Jersey. Brendan Dillon banked off the boards and back into the Detroit zone. Now Edvinsson on the right side. Simone Edvinsson will give it back for Seider. Seider over then for Kane. Patrick Kane here now through center. Kane drops it back, stolen back by New Jersey. Here's Kovacevic, dekes around Seider, broken up then as Kovacevic, not enough speed. Almost halfway through the power play, 3.5 minutes to go. Edvinsson into the zone to Kopp. Kopp comes in, saved by Markstrom. Here's Jack Hughes now chipping this one off the boards to center. Now Seider, back down low for Edvinsson. Edvinsson up ahead then for Raymond. Lucas Raymond through center. Raymond dumps it down low to Finney. Emmett Finney back to Hughes. Off the boards then is Jesper Bratt. Plays it down low for Hamilton. Cross ice pass to center. Dumped into the Detroit zone. Talbot will drop it back for Johansson. And Detroit not really getting the opportunities they need to on this power play. But it's fine. They're up 3-0. Shots 29-27. Raymond to Johansson. Back to Falk. Falk to Johansson. Down low then to Raymond. Raymond to Finney. Finney now on the right side up top. Johansson. Cross ice pass to Falk. Falk to Johansson. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Finney a chance in front. That one's broken up. Devils take it back the other way. It's Bratt. Up then to Heischer. Heischer broken up then to line. Raymond battling for it on the right side. Here's Casper now in the final second of the power play. Casper takes it down the right side. Pass back then to Comfer. Siegenthaler banks that one off the boards and played down low. Final 2 minutes of play here in period number 3. Puck is dropped back then for Nemec as New Jersey regroups with that puck in their own zone. Jack Hughes. Brandsteg Nygaard on the right side. Shoots it in there on Markstrom. Hearing some Fire Fitzgerald chants here in New Jersey. I think if I'm hearing that correctly. Here's Luke Hughes. We'll bank it off the boards to center. Dillon to Jack Hughes. Hughes will carry this one into the zone. 1:20 to go. Bratt at the line. Fires it. That one goes down low to the corner. Now Edvinsson will bank it to center. Brendan Dillon now off the boards to Brown. Connor Brown to Bratt. Jesper Bratt on the right side, then off the boards for Hughes. Luke Hughes, cross ice pass to Jack. Jack comes in, fires it through the crease. And we are now in the final minute of play. Here's Nemec. Back to Luke Hughes up top. Shoots it. Wide of Talbot. Now Brown. Up top, Nemec to Hughes. A shot denied by Talbot. And he gets the save and covers right up. Cam Talbot has not faced a ton of shots tonight. Obviously came in midway through the third period. Talbot with 7 saves on 7 shots. Getting things done here. Red Wings will gain the 2 big points and move back into third place in the Atlantic Division. Shot there, goes up in the air, stays in play. Gritsuk on the right side, fires it in there on Talbot. Denied. Now Kopp. Below the line then, back over for Bukestad. Sent back down low. Then here's Kopp the other way. Andrew Kopp with speed. Back to DeBrincat. DeBrincat looks, waits, pass over! And Kane fires it up in the air. And out of play with 20 seconds to go. This one's over. This one is over, folks. I don't think I'm rustling anybody's feathers by saying that. Yeah, Gibson came out. Gibson got hurt at the end of the second. 20 seconds to go. Shots are 30-30. Face-off is chipped up top. Red Wings will regroup now here in their own end. Banked off the boards back then, down low now. With speed through neutral zone is Bukestad. And the Red Wings come into New Jersey with a team shutout. Cam Talbot and John Gibson hold it down. And the Red Wings collect 2 big points in a 3-0 win being your final score. It's the first combined shutout since March 29th of 2019 against the Devils. And Cam Talbot and John Gibson pick up the team shutout tonight. Final score 3-0 Detroit over New Jersey. That'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. That was a phenomenal stream. Good to see all you guys here in the chat. Stick around. We'll be live for Oilers and Golden Knights. I will end this stream and start a brand new one here in just a moment. 9 minutes.